This is Oblivion Remastered. I'm going to show you how to boost performance, remove stutters, and get smooth gameplay. We're about to push this over 200 FPS and increase FPS everywhere, whether you're on a potato PC or high-end hardware. Let me show you how to fix this and unlock real FPS. Okay, so if you want to fix this broken ass Elder Scrolls game that Bethesda refuses to patch for us, you'll need Lumen, Begone. You'll find that over on Nexus Mods, aka Ad Simulator. You'll see here in the description that it says perfect for potato PCs. You want to click on the Files tab and you'll want a specific version of this. It's actually a collaboration with the other mod that we've already checked out. It's the Ultimate Engine Tweaks that also increases performance. You want to click manual download on this, but what it basically does is disables ray tracing. Click slow download. So after your 5-second ad, you'll be given a zip folder. You'll actually need WinRAR or something to be able to extract this, and I'm just going to put it to my desktop for now, but once you open it up, inside you'll see the engine.ini file. Now this is exactly what you'll need. You'll be familiar with this if you've actually downloaded the last engine tweaks mod that I've already showcased. Now you want to find the specific folder, your Oblivion Remastered folder, to place this in, your config folder. And in the Windows folder, you'll see all of the engine files here. This is exactly where you want to drag this .ini folder to. Now, there's another important step. Just click replace file in the destination. And what that is you have to go into the properties, so right click, properties, and you want to change this to read only and hit apply. Now the reason for this is that the mod will just be obsolete and reset itself if you don't do this. So you can go ahead and close that and open up the Elder Scrolls game, Oblivion Remastered. If this pops up, just press OK, you can ignore that. This video is brought to you by Loaded, your one-stop shop for PC, Xbox and more, with up to 35% off new releases and up to 95% off older titles and DLC. Oblivion Remastered runs better on Steam with smoother FPS and better stability.
Is there something you need? Can I carry your weapon? Shine your boots? Back rub, perhaps?
See the difference? Steam hits over 90 FPS, making everything smoother. Scan the QR code or check the description below. Alright, so now you're in the game, come over to the graphics tab and I'll talk you through the best settings for performance. You want to scroll down, turn Lumen off. This will turn RTX off, but that's what's causing the stutters. And you'll also gain 20 FPS. So you will need to install this mod if you want the best results, by the way. So follow the timestamp, stop being a rebel, go back and install the mod.
By the gods, there's a psychopath on the loose!
Just an FYI, you don't need the mod to follow the rest of this tutorial. Okay. You'll also want to set global illumination to low. This will fix the weird shadow issues caused from disabling Lumen. Also, you'll gain a couple of frames per second. Up next, I'm going to tell you which AI upscaling technique to choose. So you have DLSS. I wouldn't go for this one because it's a common cause for crashing.
Stop!
It also creates a lot of artifacts in your gameplay. Just look at the reflection of the sword in the water. God damn! FSR. Now this will give you an increase in performance like crazy, but the downside is the image quality isn't that great. You'll have ghosting when you swing your sword and move around. It's just unbearable for me to play with personally. It's definitely the best option for potato PCs though, but if you're going to play with this, turn frame generation off.
Break the law on my watch, will you?
XeSS. Now this is like using DLSS but on steroids. You're going to get way less artifacts and stutters, and you're not going to get the ghosting, especially that you get from FSR. Will be the same FPS realistically, but it's worth it for the trade-off of no ghosting.
Well now.
So So these next few settings probably don't sound that important, but I'm telling you, they're gonna make a huge difference to your gameplay and performance. Frame rate limit. You wanna set this to unlimited. Yeah, you could set it to 60 FPS capped for smoother gameplay, but the screen tearing, it just... Oh, come the fuck on! Also, keep VSync off. Now for screen space reflections, I want you to turn that little sucker off, and as for motion blur, turn it on. This removes ghosting and visual artifacts caused by SSR and gives you extra FPS. Keep it off unless you're playing with Lumen on, but just know that it does cause crashes. Also, playing with motion blur on makes the game appear smoother, especially at lower FPS. Next on the list, we have an absolute banger. Now it sounds simple enough, but I want you to swap to high from ultra on every quality level except for global illumination quality. Now this is going to give you an extra 30 frames per second. Combined with the other settings, it's going to make the biggest difference to your game. So if you're using a 4K monitor, I want you to swap to a 1080p one. And definitely don't use a TV, by the way, that's just asking for trouble. What this is going to do is give you a 20 frame per second increase in your performance. And that was just from a 2K to a 1080p monitor, so imagine a 4K monitor. Insane. Finally, we have a super secret setting to change, and it's actually disabling the autosave settings. Why, you may ask? Because autosave forces the engine to pause and write a full save file to disk. That spike's going to cause stutters and occasional crashes during transitions. That's why you want it off. Alright, bonus tip for those who made it to the end. Use an SSD drive or an NVMe drive instead of a hard drive because it's too slow for modern games. And if you're still getting problems with freezing, then check out my next video because I 100% promise you that I'll fix your crashing problems. Okay, thanks for watching. See you around.